the Brookes Bench with your host, Brooke, aka Shiggy, and my co-host, Megan.
What's up, you guys?
No Brooke. No Brooke today. I don't know what she's doing, but she's not here. So it's me and Megan. And we have a lot to talk about. Oh my gosh. The conference tournaments have been insane, giving me headaches. But we have a lot to discuss. Yeah. So like our video, comment, subscribe, hit that subscribe button. On the road to 1,000 subscribers. I think we're gonna get there, hopefully by 2 months.
2 months.
Goals. Okay. Let's see. Follow us on all social media, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and also join our March Madness bracket. Well, we have like a week until selection show.
Yeah.
So join the bracket. It'll be fun. It'll be a good time. But let's get into the news. Quick WNBA news I want to throw in there. Las Vegas sold out all their season tickets. Did you see that? First WNBA team ever to do so. Good for you, Las Vegas. I wish we were in Las Vegas because we would have bought season tickets. And they also got new jerseys, which if Brooke was here, we'd be talking about that because we need to buy the new jerseys. They look clean. They look pretty nice.
They do. You can't go wrong with black and white, though. In my opinion.
Yeah. Well, black and silver, man. Black and silver.
All right, Raiders.
Yeah. New York Liberty, they've launched a premium ticket waitlist for their season tickets as well. So it's heading in the right direction. And we're going to be on this. And when the Bay Area team gets here, we'll be those season tickets. We're going to set history, okay? Also, WNBA is going to have tickets for their draft, but it sold out in 15 minutes. So sorry, you saw this late. They're sold out, which is so cool. Again, I wish we lived closer because I would totally go. That seems like a fun experience. It's just going to be all Iowa fans and that's why it's sold out, because it's going to be all Iowa.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? It is. Who else? It's just they all want to see Caitlin Clark get drafted.
I just hope it's better than last year's. It was a little rough.
It was tragic. Yeah, we need there's a protest going around that Andrea Carter should be the host, and I second that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Holly. You got to get the boot, girl. It's not giving. Okay, let's head into the news for college. So Tina Pow will be returning to South Carolina next year.
Yes.
They're going to be tough. They're already tough. They're still going to be tough again. That's crazy. Nika Moole has announced she will not be returning to UConn. It didn't say she's declaring for the draft, so we'll see. I'm guessing she will be. Liz Kitley, knee injury, will be reevaluated after the ACC conference tournament. So we don't know the severity. I'm not thinking it's good. Just how they're kind of trying to push it on the rug. So we'll see. Hopefully it's good. I want to see them play. I want to see them, go out with a fight in their last year, Molly Davis, she did not suffer a season-ending injury, which is great. Good to hear. She'll be reevaluated as well.
Was it a kneecap?
Yeah, something with her kneecap. And Mackenzie Holmes, I saw that she played like limited minutes, which probably has to do with her injury. But I did not see an update. So if you guys know an update, let me know. But she did play in that last conference game. Aaliyah Edwards, she did break her nose. I did see the confirmation. She broke her nose. No concussion. She probably won't be playing in the next tournament game, but they said she's probable for, March Madness. So
yeah,
which is good. Good to hear. Kylie Watson for Notre Dame hurt her knee. There's no update on the severity, but it did not look good.
Yeah.
Which sucks because she was doing so well for Notre Dame. So hoping, all the other people, it turned out that they're just going to rehab and come back. So hopefully for her as well. But yeah, and lastly, last tier pose concussion. I don't know if you guys saw the video. It was tough to see.
Yeah.
It was tough to see. That's a scary situation. They said she just had a concussion. All her scans came back negative, so she's good. Well, not really. She has a concussion, so that sucks. But they don't know if she's going to be able to play for the first round. So we'll have to watch and see. But definitely scary. Oh my God, the way she hit her head on the court. Oh yeah, that was scary. Oh, this is cool. Did you see this? So college basketball, they're gonna have an NIL tournament. So it's gonna be an 8-team invitational in Vegas. Will guarantee $1 million to be split among players on each team and $1 million to the winning team. Now that is how you motivate these players. That's dope. That's dope.
I like that across really all basketball, NBA, WNBA, now college, they're all doing that tournament within, the season. I like it. I'm here for
it. Yeah, I like it as well. I think it's gonna be good. But were you, or was it Brooke that told me about the Louisville coach saying they're gonna fine they should fine his players for turnovers so they stop turning over the
ball?
ball?
That on Twitter. Yeah, he was.
Hey, honestly,
that would be a lot of money though.
But I mean, honestly, that'd be motivating. To do good. Like, how are we gonna regulate this? Because but that was funny. Caitlin Clark has signed a multi-year deal with Panini America, the first exclusive partnership with a female athlete. Dope. That's dope. And for the first time in program history, Fairfield women's basketball are ranked in the national poll, which is cool.
Good for them, yeah.
They went on Twitter and like not protested. They submitted a letter because like they're like undefeated or something, and the next week, they got into the poll, which is pretty cool. Still no Duke. I'm still trying to root for Duke in the top 25. Okay, I'm really trying to push for them. Okay. Okay, so we have all of our awards finalists. So the Nancy Lieberman finalists for the Point Guard of the Year award. We got Caitlin Clark, Hannah Hidalgo, J.C. Sheldon, Tina Powpow, and Georgia Amore. Caitlin Clark wins it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a given. It's kind of like a bummer, low key. I mean, she deserves it, but it's like, okay, Caitlin Clark won. For Ann Meyers, Drysdale finalists for the Shooting Guard of the Year award, we have Tanaya Latson, Charisma Osborne, Paige Beckers, Judy Watkins, and JJ Quinterly. Who you got?
Those are some good choices.
I know.
Man, I gotta stick with Juju. She's having just a crazy year. I mean, I know she didn't have the best, championship game, but she had a good season.
You know what's crazy? I really wanted to say Juju here, but we've been talking about how Paige Beckers has been going under the radar lately, but she's literally having a great season. I can't choose.
Next. All good names, all of them.
Next.
All of them had good years.
Yeah, they did.
They all had good years.
Cheryl Miller, Small Forward of the Year finalists. We have Anissa Morrow, Rakia Jackson, Madison Booker, Cody McMahon, and Alyssa Utsby. Who do you got?
Rakia.
Yeah, I would say Rakia. Anissa Morrow did have a great season, and Madison Booker. They all did.
Again, all of them. All of these finalists.
I agree. Katrina McLean, Power Forward of the Year finalists. We got Yvonne Ejim, Angel Reese, Aaliyah Edwards, Kiki Ariafen, and Alyssa Peely. We got.
I feel like Angel's gonna get it with all the double doubles.
I know, but
I'm here for Alyssa Peely.
No, I'm here for Aaliyah Edwards. I feel like again she's having a great season. No one's talking about it.
I didn't watch a lot of UConn this year.
Yeah, we didn't really watch.
And that's crazy for me. I'm usually always watching UConn.
Yeah, you are. Yeah. But you're right. It's probably gonna be Angel Reese, but I think Aaliyah Edwards needs to be talked about a little bit more.
Yeah.
And lastly, Lisa Leslie Center of the Year finalists. We got Liz Kitley, Cameron Brink, Camila Cardoso, Mackenzie Holmes, and Reagan Beers. This one's a little harder. Who do you think? I think I'm gonna rock with Cameron Brink. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah. I have to do the same.
Yeah, over Liz.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
I like Cameron Brink for that. We'll see. I don't know though. They've all had good years. Great finalists. Okay, so to wrap up the Pac-12 awards, for player of the year, Cameron Brink ended up winning, and Juju Watkins. So we all got that one right. Pick someone else. No, you didn't, right?
Nope, I picked those.
SEC awards, player of the year, Angel Reese, and freshman of the year, Michaela Williams. Got that.
Yep.
Right. Okay. ACC awards, Liz Kitley. I think we did not get that right, but we were playing with our heartstrings. We knew she was gonna get it, but we just wanted to go against the grain. And then obviously freshman of the year was Hannah Hidalgo. The Big Ten awards. Hey, you got your freshman of the year wrong. You didn't read the stats right. It was Mary Ashley Stevenson. So congratulations.
That was hard.
Yeah. Sorry. And then obviously Caitlin Clark won Player of the Year. And lastly, the one that surprised us the most, Big 12 awards. Player of the Year was actually Player of the Year with Madison Booker and Skylar Vann. I mean, I knew Madison Booker had a really good season, but I think who'd we say? Ayoka Lee?
Yeah.
She had a great season too, but she did get injured for that point, which I forgot about. And then obviously Madison Booker won Freshman of the Year. Congratulations. Texas is going to be good next year with Rory Harmon. It's going to be nice. Okay, over to our fun facts before we get into the recap. South Carolina is the number 1 for the 80th time. Only UConn, Tennessee, and Louisiana Tech have more. USC has their best rank number 5 since being ranked number 4 in 1994. USC, trailblazing. Just the Juju Watkins effect. Like, talk about putting them on our back. Caitlin Clark breaks Steph Curry's record for most 3-pointers in a season, 163 and counting. Juju Watkins is now the 4th highest scoring freshman in NCAA D1 women's basketball history with 801 points and obviously counting, passing Caitlin Clark and Courtney Paris. Juju also tallied her 13th 30-point game, passing Caitlin Clark for the most by a freshman in the last 25 seasons. And, oh my God, every time we come on and do fun facts, it's like Juju breaks like 12 records. So hold on, guys. Juju has set a new Pac-12 tournament record for the most points by a freshman in a single game, 33.
Let's just say NCAA women's basketball is in good hands.
Yeah. For the next 4 years.
We're definitely not skipping a beat here.
Oh my gosh, for real. Okay. We're gonna do an early prediction. I mean, it's not that early, but who is your freshman of the year?
Juju.
It's Juju. You're gonna cement it.
Yeah.
I know. I think I have to cement Juju too. But Hannah Hidalgo won Defensive Player of the Year and Freshman of the Year in the ACC.
She is a good defender. She is.
And MVP. Juju, man. And MVP on the ACC tournament.
Man. It's tough. If they could do a I'd love to see it.
They're probably going to do a You're right.
I mean, they both took their teams. They won.
You're right. Yes.
I mean, I would give Hannah the upside defensively for sure.
But Juju's no slack on defense.
I know, but I think Hannah has more steals than her. She has that record.
Yeah,
but
Juju's the all-time.
They're pretty tied for me, but Juju, and then where Hannah has the upside defensively, Juju has a little bit of upside offensively to me. But to me, man, it's hard.
You're right. It's probably going to be I didn't think about that. We'll see. We'll see how it pans out. Okay, Ohio State versus Iowa had 3.39 million viewers on Fox. It's actually the most regular season women's college basketball game since 1999.
Wow.
And the viewership peaked at 4.42 million. Crazy. Good for them. That's awesome. Women's college basketball is now averaging a little bit bigger audience than men's college basketball on Fox. 981,000 versus 946,000 viewers, like average viewers.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Go women. And women's college basketball is up 48% on Fox this season and 60% across all national networks. Wow. There's like, have you seen, oh my God, who is it? It's Paul Pierce and Garnett. And they're basically saying how they can name more women's college basketball players than men's right now.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's true because I feel like throughout the years, we used to watch both men's and women's, like all the time. And now we're like, like men's.
I know.
I can name a couple.
Outside of Duke, really, for me. And there's a few, but I really haven't watched.
I know.
Much.
I'm sure we'll watch like the tournament.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
We always watch the tournament, but yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it is true. But it's good for the girls' game and it's awesome. I
hope it translates over to WNBA.
I know. I think it will. What Caitlin Clark is doing and the marketing.
That people are gonna continue to follow them. So
but you know what sucks is like, okay, like Caitlin Clark's a great player, but there's also been great players before her, and like the W just didn't market them well. And like obviously Caitlin Clark has a time where like social media is like really thriving and all this, which other players didn't have. But it's like you can't really drop the ball with this one. Like this is where you have to take off. Like WNBA, like first of all, while we're on that, they are doing it right because all of the games that Indiana plays, any team, y'all are raising my ticket prices out here, and I can't go watch. You know, last year trying to watch Indiana, well, like $40. Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all need to stop because I need to see Aaliyah Boston. Okay? Stop it. It's like $300 now. Absolutely not. That's ridiculous. That's my rant. That's my rant.
Yeah, you had to add a rant in.
Yeah. And okay, last little snippet I wanted to put in there, Audie Crooks, because I'm an Audie Crooks fan from Iowa State. She was named to the Big 12 All-Conference team, which is the first Iowa State freshman to do so. So congratulations. I just wanted to shout her out a little bit. Okay, but let's get into everything. It's a lot.
Let's get into it.
We're gonna recap the Power 5 conference tournament. So basically, I'll pop up the bracket so you guys can follow along. But because there's a lot of games, we'll just cover the upsets in the championship game. But let's start off with the Big Ten. Go in order of the championship games today. So the Big Ten, first round, we had Purdue defeating Northwestern, Minnesota defeating Rutgers. Nothing crazy there. Second round, Maryland defeats Illinois, Nebraska defeats Purdue, Penn State defeats Wisconsin, and Michigan defeats Minnesota. Now we get to the quarterfinals where things get a little crazy and just messed up my week. Maryland defeats Ohio State 82-61. Okay, now you guys have to understand, I work. So, like, I don't get to watch all these games at 10 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So when I tell you I flipped on my phone and saw this score, I absolutely lost it. I said, excuse me, Maryland? Oh my gosh. But anywho.
Good for Cheyenne Sellers, man.
Yeah.
If they get her some help there, Maryland can be great again, you know?
Yeah. Okay. That's a Maryland native speaking.
Yes. Well, Maryland used to be really good. So
yeah, back in the day. It's okay. But Maryland was led by Cheyenne Sellers, 25 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. Jakia Brown-Turner, 19 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists. And Ohio State was led by Rebecca Mikolasakova. There we go. 16 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist. I'm not mad, Ohio State. I'm just disappointed. You let me down. But you know what? I am the ultimate jinx, and we'll get into that. Nebraska defeats Michigan 73-61. These Cornhuskers, I'm so glad I got to watch them, but we'll also get into that. Iowa defeats Penn State. And then another upset. Michigan back up. Did I say Nebraska defeats Michigan? I meant Michigan State. I think that's supposed to be Michigan State. My bad. Sorry. Because Michigan defeated Indiana 69-56. And I think it had to do with the Mackenzie Holmes injury and her not being able to start. So it's understandable. Hopefully she's more healthy. But these injuries are really making it hard for me to predict the March Madness bracket.
Yeah.
It's really getting hard. But Michigan was led by Layla Filia, 30 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Lauren Hansen, 16 points, 4 rebounds. And Indiana was led by Sarah Scalia, 14 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. And I want to point out our wild card pick, Michigan. They did go a little far. Should have picked the Cornhuskers though, because they're good. I should have watched more Cornhuskers. So for the semifinals, we had Nebraska defeating Maryland. Ha! Megan. Go Cornhuskers. Honestly. And Iowa defeating Michigan. Now the championship game, let's talk about it. We're here. It was Iowa, obviously defeating Nebraska 94-89. But let me tell you, coaching is important. Because that last, oh my God, you had 9 seconds to score a basket, Nebraska. You dropped the ball. I drew up a whole play on the board, huh, Megan? I said, this is what they should do. I don't even know what they did. They went off the script. Okay, I don't know all Nebraska Cornhuskers names, but number 40, obviously the center. I don't know her name. I'm so sorry. I'm here for it because you played great. Okay, I'm sure there's a Cornhusker fan out there. Let me know. All you had to do is get to her. And once they doubled her, you kick it out. I think it was number 14 or 22. I don't know. She was hot all game. Kick it out to her for the 3. That's all you had to do. You had 9.8 seconds. I remember the seconds because I was like, they got this. They're gonna win. And you guys, I don't even know what you did. You messed up. So yeah, Iowa won in overtime. Nebraska, you played a good game. You made one mistake that cost you the game, but it's okay. You played
It was a good game. It was.
They played a very good game, and I'm gonna look at them in my bracket as a sleeper. They're They're going to make some moves. They're pretty solid. They have some good shooters. They kept up with Iowa. I don't know. I thought they did good. But Iowa was obviously led by Caitlin Clark, 34 points, 12 assists, 7 rebounds. Hannah Stokey, 25 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists. And then, it's her, Markowski. Alexis Markowski. That's her, 40, I think. 23 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists. Megan, what was your take on the game? Sorry, I cut you off.
No, it was a good game. Iowa's tough. Caitlin Clark herself she's so tough. I thought Nebraska was playing really good D on here, and she was still knocking down threes.
Yes, so that's a good point.
It was good. It was a great way to start off the morning, I think.
Yeah. And it just kept getting better. But MVP was Caitlin Clark for the Big Ten tournament. Over to the ACC, where it gets a little crazy. So first round, Boston College defeats Clemson. Georgia Tech defeats Pitt. And right here, Wake Forest. This one, confused. Wake Forest defeats Virginia. Virginia, how you go and beat Virginia Tech and then lose to Wake Forest? That confused me. Like, how am I supposed to? I don't even know if you're gonna make the tournament actually after doing that, but. That's confusing. That's confusing right there. But Wake Forest was led by Elise Williams, 25 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists. Alexandria Scruggs, 12 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist. And Virginia was led by Cameron Taylor, 18 points, 5 rebounds. Over to the second round. We got Louisville defeating Boston College, Miami defeating North Carolina. I wish I got to watch this game. I'm pretty sure it was at 10 o'clock in the morning, though, so I could not. But North Carolina. What are you doing? I wish Brooke was here because I know this would have irked her soul. But I just don't understand. Like, North Carolina is so up and down. Like, what do you think? Like, going forward, where do you place them? Like, they can get upset literally in the first round.
I think it all depends on Deja Kelly and whether or not what type of game she has, because I caught a little bit of it, and it just seemed like the game plan is always for her to try to make something happen. And it can't just be all on her. Yeah. It's a team sport. You gotta figure it out together. Someone else has to step up. Yeah.
Well, Miami was led by Cheyenne Day Wilson, 13 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds. Lazaria Spearman, 12 points, 10 rebounds. And UNC was led by Deja Kelly, 15 points, 4 rebounds. Still in the second round, Duke defeats Georgia Tech. Florida State defeats Wake Forest. And into the quarterfinals. This was a good game. Notre Dame defeats Louisville. That's when, what's his name? What's the Louisville coach's name? I know it. I just can't think of it. He got ejected. Walls. Yeah. But it was a close game. I think Louisville will go further than people think. They're just under the radar. I know we talked about it before. When Van Lith left, everyone just disregarded Louisville. And then Virginia Tech defeats Miami. NC State defeats Duke. And this one, Florida State defeats Syracuse, 78-65. Were you the one that ended up watching this game? No? Man, Florida State.
I think Brooke did.
Oh, that's what it was. Florida State, man. Another team like UNC where they could be up, they could be down. It's just one of those wild card teams. But Florida State was led by Tanai Latson, 24 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Omariah Gordon, 24 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. And Syracuse was led by Daisha Fair, 23 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. On to the semifinals. We had Notre Dame defeating Virginia Tech, 82-53. And Megan is here as my witness. And I did put it in the comments before the conference tournament started. So check the comments. I didn't know that Kelly was not going to play before I made my prediction. Okay, people? So I switched it to Notre Dame. Right, Megan? Why are you laughing?
Yeah, you switched it.
I did.
You still had hope for Virginia Tech.
No, I was just rooting for them because I felt like Georgia Amore. I almost came on our podcast with a backpack full because that's what Georgia Amore was doing, carrying everyone on her back. And I was more rooting for her because she looked exhausted, and it was making me exhausted. But obviously Notre Dame, without Kitley, Virginia Tech did not have a chance. So I want everyone to know that. Okay, I changed it to Notre Dame. But Notre Dame was led by Sonia Citron, 19 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. Maddie WNBA, 18 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. And Virginia Tech was led by Georgia Amore, 24 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Last semifinal game, NC State defeats Florida State. And we're on to the championship matchup. Another good game. I want everyone to know Megan in the middle of the game said I should have stayed with NC State. Since we want to throw people under the bus, Megan. But Notre Dame ended up winning. So
I thought NC State was about to pull it off there for a second.
No, they went on a run. It was concerning.
Yeah.
But Notre Dame defeated NC State 55-51. And let's talk about Notre Dame because Maddie WNBA is peaking at the right time. I felt like she was struggling in the beginning of the season, but now her and Sonia Citron, they're all peaking at the right time. They're going to be tough. It is going to be tough that they lost Kylie Watson because we all know their depth wasn't as, they don't have a lot of depth. But they are looking good. So I'm excited to see where that goes. But Notre Dame was led by Hannah Hidalgo, 22 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. Maddie WNBA, 16 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. And NC State was led by Raver Baldwin, 14 points, 7 rebounds. MVP was Hannah Hidalgo. Congratulations. Okay, over to the SEC. You should have the ding, 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 ding. No, I'm just playing. We'll get into that. First round, Kentucky defeats Georgia. Florida defeats Missouri. Second round, we got Texas A&M defeats Mississippi State. Tennessee defeats Kentucky. Auburn defeats Arkansas. And we did have a little bit of an upset. Florida defeats Vanderbilt. And I'm pretty sure in the beginning of the season when it started, Vanderbilt was starting off hot. So this was kind of disappointing, actually. But Florida was led by Aaliyah Matharu, 35 points, 8 rebounds. Zippy, I like that. How do you get that name? Zippy Broughton, 10 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. And Vanderbilt was led by Ayanna Moore, 20 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. On to the quarterfinals. We have South Carolina defeating Texas A&M, Tennessee defeating Alabama, LSU defeating Auburn, and Ole Miss defeating Florida. Nothing crazy there. All right, Meg, let's talk about the semifinal game. So, South Carolina versus Tennessee. So, this is what happens. We decided to be good family members and go watch a family member's softball game. So, we're in the middle of the field. And we check the score. South Carolina's up like 23 points. We're like, all right, whatever. Megan just decided to check her phone maybe, a couple minutes, 30 minutes later. And Megan's like,
we need to tune in now.
Yeah, we need to tune in. It's like a minute left. Tennessee was only down like 2 points for some whatever. So we're watching the game. And let me tell you, this is the craziest thing I probably have ever seen. I'm sure everyone's watched the game, but come on. To have Camila Cardoso make her first career 3-pointer and it be a buzzer beater win against Tennessee. We hopped out of our chairs. Everyone was looking at us crazy because nothing was happening in the real game. We were like, no, we're watching our phone. Sorry. The craziest thing just happened. Felt horrible for Tennessee because Tennessee played obviously a good game. But that was a crazy, crazy win. But honestly, it's tough, though, because South Carolina just played Tennessee, like a week ago? Or recently? So now you have to beat Tennessee 3 times.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised it was that hard. Hopefully they get put on opposite ends of the bracket and they don't have to meet. But that was crazy. What do you think?
The highlights, Rakia, she had a good game. I saw some of her highlights and yeah. So no wonder they were in it. She's tough.
Yeah. And then obviously LSU defeated Ole Miss. Ole Miss hung in there for a little bit.
Good for a little bit there.
All right. The most anticipated championship game. LSU versus South Carolina, round 2. Literally. No, I'm just playing. So obviously it was chippy. LSU always brings the chippiness early. Like, come on. There's probably so many videos on the internet. Angel Reese bumping into Cardoso, pulling her hair early. But then it's like clockwork. Every time South Carolina does good, LSU zips it up a little bit. It's always the first couple minutes. LSU tries to get in their head, but it never works. But when refs don't officiate the game from the jump and stop the chippiness, it's gonna get out of hand. You have to handle the game, especially this is a anticipated matchup. It was chippy last game. They're starting to be chippy in the beginning of this game. What do you think is gonna happen? They did let them play. They let a lot of fouls go.
They let them play.
So it's like, did you know? I saw this outcome coming. I was like, it's gonna be bad. But let me tell you, I know. If you guys haven't seen the video, basically what had happened, I'm sorry, we're talking about like everyone's seen it. It's probably viral now. If you haven't seen the video, Flage basically fouls Full Wiley hard. It's an intentional foul. It was like, don't do that. Come on, bro. And South Carolina players came up to her like, bro, don't do that. Flage swings. She swings on Ashton Watkins. She should have been ejected, in my opinion. And basically, Cardoso runs up on her, pushes her, and Flage's brother jumps out from the stands. First of all, bro, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna jump from the stands onto the court and swing on a woman?
Yeah.
Red flag, bro. Red flag. No, the tweets. Oh my god, the best tweet I saw was Flage's brother thought he was about to do something till he pulled up on Cardoso and forgot she was like 6'7". Oh. And in the video, it looks like he's about to do something, and he looked up and he starts backing up. Like, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing, bro. Yeah. But honestly, I personally think Flage should have got ejected. She swung.
Yeah.
You started the fight.
Everything else right except for that.
Yeah, like you started the fight. Like, you're out too. But someone was saying they didn't eject her because LSU would have only had 4 players, but that's LSU's fault. Okay, officiate the game right.
But out of all the players that got ejected, though, she should have been one. I mean, yeah, it's maybe choose the one that only her big toe came on the court or something. I don't know. Like,
the
main person that escalated it.
She started it. Yeah.
I thought so. When I know that Watkins was being chippy and said something. I don't know what was said.
She didn't swing though.
She did swing. So
Flage swung. That's what started the fight. So I'm just saying someone needs to review that. But anywho, South Carolina, let's talk about it. Camila Cardoso won't be able to play in the first round, but they did say the people on the bench do get to play, which is nice.
So both teams will be fine.
They'll be fine. Yeah, hopefully. Knock on wood. Here we go. But South Carolina ended up defeating LSU. And Malaysia Full Wiley led South Carolina 24 points, 2 assists, 2 steals. Tahina Paopao, 12 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists. And then Anissa Morrow led LSU 19 points, 10 rebounds, 4 steals. And Malaysia Full Wiley was the MVP. Good for her. It was still a good game. It was a good game. Our last game, I know it's Power 5, but Big 12 does not play till I think Tuesday. I think the championship game is on Tuesday. So Pac-12, first round. Colorado defeats Oregon. First of all, let me just highlight that 79-30. I think they said that's like the widest margin ever or something, like win margin. Cal defeats Washington. Arizona defeats Cal defeats Washington State. Arizona defeats Washington. Utah defeats Arizona State. Quarterfinals, we had Oregon State defeats Colorado. Great game. Double overtime. It was crazy. I don't know what else to say about it, but
I didn't watch it.
Where were you at?
I don't know.
Pac-12 is after work. It's the only games we can catch.
I don't know. I might have been dealing with stuff.
All I know is double OT that sucks because you got to play the next day, which is insane. Stanford defeats Cal, USC defeats Arizona, and UCLA defeats Utah. Over to the semifinals. Stanford defeated Oregon State, which was also a close game until the end. I feel Stanford always gets, well, obviously they lost in the championship, but Stanford starts from behind all the time and then comes back and wins. They were trailing. I'm pretty sure they were trailing Cal and they were trailing Oregon State. I don't know. But USC defeats UCLA. Double OT. Megan, you could talk about that because I fell asleep.
Yeah, so I caught this one. And it was a good game, honestly. UCLA came out strong in the beginning. Shoot, what's her name?
Kiki Rice?
No.
What team?
Charisma Osborne.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Charisma Osborne did her thing, being the veteran, came out scoring early, getting stops. Like she set the tone. Mm-hmm. But then Kiki made some nice moves, don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't Ryan Marshall, the other the one that transferred from Columbia. They're big, and I was like, where did she come from?
Davis? Is her last name Davis or something like that?
I think so. But the last 2 games, I mean, any other USC game that I watched, she wasn't playing like this, but she was grabbing rebounds, which allowed for second chance baskets for them, hustling on D. I mean, MVP to her, because she did things that, I mean, she wasn't really scoring, but she was doing things defensively that did a lot for them. So shout out to her. But yeah, no, it was a good game. It was a good game all the way to the end.
And how'd they lose? Why'd they lose?
UCLA just messed up. I don't know if it was the plays getting drawn up or not done right, because so Juju actually had a chance to finish it both times before, but at the end of regulation and at the end of the first overtime. The first end of regulation, she turned the ball over. I think she just was dribbling a little too much. Mm-hmm. The second time, she decided to pull up on a 3 and then just didn't hit. Mm-hmm. Both times, they left time on the clock for UCLA to get a playoff, and neither time did UCLA get a playoff. I don't know if it was the coaching, maybe the coach drew something up, but they did not execute. I don't know. Both times they didn't even get the ball out of their hands to even attempt a shot. So that was disappointing, because UCLA, come on. It was at least 9 seconds, like enough for them to get something off at the basket, and neither attempt. It dribbled out. Time ran out on them dribbling.
I feel like that's the theme of the conference tournaments. I feel like at the last second, it's like these plays. I don't know. You're right. Is it execution or the plays call?
It's hard
or the coach's call?
It's hard to know. I don't know who the blame is, but then at the end, USC just took advantage of it. UCLA had a couple costly turnovers, and then they hit their free throws at the end. So good game though, but UCLA, man, have some better closing game plays.
I know. I think UCLA has so much potential, but
they have to practice that before they go into the tourney, though.
Yeah, for real.
To drop the ball twice.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, over the championships, we had USC defeating Stanford 74-61. USC is the real deal. I had my doubts. I'm not gonna lie to you, because it just felt at times it was just Juju, but this game, it was everyone but Juju.
Yeah,
it was the team.
Yeah,
they showed up and showed out against Stanford, #1 in the Pac-12. USC, USC's the real deal. They're led by Mackenzie Forbes, 26 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Ryan Marshall, 10 points, 18 rebounds, 2 assists. And Stanford was led by Cameron Brink, 19 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists. I did get it right that Stanford wasn't going to win, though. Yeah, I just got the wrong LA team. I just knew Stanford wasn't going to win.
I think this is the one I got wrong so far. I mean, we still have one more conference.
But... Oh, that's right. That is right. But the MVP for the Pac-12 championship, Mackenzie Forbes, the last Pac-12 championship. Sad. I'm sad. I grew up on it. I'm pretty sure it was the Pac-8 at one point. Just kidding. But no, I grew up on that, so it's gonna be sad to see it go. So
yeah,
I'm curious to see how they're gonna do the game times though, because the only reason we got to watch a lot of games is because the Pac-12, they left it for the West Coast people. So what are we gonna do now? I hope they take that in consideration, that I can't watch a 4 o'clock game or a 3 o'clock game. So, but yeah, let us know what you guys think about the tournaments, what happened, crazy drama. I'm sure we missed some stuff, but It's been a crazy March so far. And it's only going to get crazier because literally in March Madness, one and done, it's a wrap. And it's what they used to tell us this. Any given Sunday. We used to play on Sundays. Softball plays on Sundays. Football plays on Sundays. Any given Sunday. That was our term. Any given Sunday, you can win. So basically, any given day, period, you can win. And that's what those teams with the low seeds are thinking because they don't have pressure. They're just here. They're having fun. So it's like any given day. That's yeah. But let us know what you guys think. Hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share. We'll be back next week with our actually bracket predictions. I mean, we're gonna go through our brackets together. So, like we said, join our March Madness group brackets, and yeah, we're gonna have some fun. But until then, peace.
Peace.